Hello everybody, I'm Miss Flores and this is my virtual art classroom. Today we're going to talk about how developing critical thinking skills in your ELL students is critical for them to feel included and learn the best way they can learn in your art classroom. So let's go! Being able to develop critical thinking skills in your students is the best way for you to teach English without actually teaching English, and I'll tell you why. You can help your students develop critical thinking skills by having collaboration in your classroom, asking open-ended questions, and bringing in real-world and home experiences into your classroom. When you are designing your art lessons, make sure you include critiques and discussion. But for your ELL students, if you are having a critique or a discussion about a specific subject or artwork, or there are going to be specific questions, like your essential questions, go ahead and give that information to your ELL students ahead of time. Depending on the grade level and on the way your school works with their schedule, this can range from a day to a week's ahead of time. Give your students the information ahead of time so that when they are in the discussion, they are able to participate and they feel confident that they know the information and the knowledge, and that might even give them time to practice their answers, and again, just feel confident when they're going into discussion. When you have discussion or critiques, make sure you include real life and real world experiences. Allow your students to talk about their culture, about their home life, about what they like to do, about pop culture. All of those things, bringing them into the classroom will allow your students to feel engaged. This is really, really essential, especially for the little ones. Being able to talk about things that they're familiar with or that they're experiencing at home or about their culture, and being able to talk that with a peer will help their little brains continue thinking and growing, and hopefully it'll lead them to asking more questions. Allow your students to have the time so that they can process a question being asked and then gain the courage to raise their hand and want to share something. And if they're having a little hard time understanding your question, maybe give examples or guide them, but don't just answer it for them. Another way to develop critical thinking skills in your students is by having collaboration. You want your students to work along the side of other students in your classroom. This can be an art project where the whole class collaborates, or where it's peer group, or even a simple turn and talk with a partner. When they're collaborating with other students, they begin to ask each other questions and discuss material with one another. This is essential for your ELL students. You can pair your ELL student with someone that speaks their native language or someone who is willing to be helpful. This is allowing there to be peer tutoring. Again, they'll start to ask each other questions about the material and the content being taught, and they are teaching one another. Therefore, the information is seeping into their little brains and they are learning. Another little reminder, when it comes to collaboration and discussion, remember to be empathetic. Encourage your students to speak up and to speak out loud, but be mindful of their nervousness and anxiety and maybe insecurities in the way that they pronounce their words. So be attentive, always have a smile on your face, and listen to your students, even if they mispronounce words. So for a quick recap, include real life home experiences in your teaching. Ask open-ended questions and have your students collaborate with one another. These are a great way for your ELL students to feel most included and learn the best they can learn in your art classroom. Keep an eye out for more videos on how to teach your ELL students in the art classroom.